I was inspired to write this book when I learned about how my ancestors, George and Carolyn Richardson, used their house on the Underground Railroad in Illinois, and then about how George, who is a Methodist pastor, volunteered to be the white chaplain to a black Union regiment in Memphis. After the Civil War, he and his family founded a school in Texas for the previously enslaved. The school is still there today, Houston Tillotson University in Austin. I learned of all of this at a major turning point in my life when I was preparing to enter seminary to become an Episcopal priest. I was having some major second thoughts about this, about leaving my career as a journalist, when my father handed me this book, the handwritten journal of George Richardson. The journal had been passed from father to son until it came to me. I had no idea growing up what was inside this book until the weekend before I entered seminary. I spent the whole weekend reading the book. And when I read the journal, I felt like my ancestors were standing behind me telling me to buck up and get on with continuing their life's work. My book is based primarily on George Richardson's journal, telling the story of his family and their struggles, and how their story has shaped me and my family. My wife Lori and I have retraced their steps across 9 states, and there have been many surprises along the way. My book is also part of a larger national story about race and caste, and how one family fought against the prevailing racism of their time. This book also raises some very awkward questions about how their commitment to the end of racism and the emancipation of African Americans, how that commitment was nearly lost in succeeding generations. But this is also the story of how their commitment and their work still continues.